Weekly update for Friday, April 19th. And got a lot of ground to cover here today. And the first thing they want to start with is admonition for you kids. If you're a amateur or aspiring comics professional, ink is the most important thing I got to tell you this week, because I'm going to be inking for the first time in a while fresh bottle of ink. I recommend Speedball Super Black, and you just want to get a little bottle unless you're somebody who actually inks every day or pretty close to every day. Do not lie to yourself. If you're somebody who is only going to ink once every 7 months or once every 2 years, even though you want to ink more often than that, fresh ink. This is, what would you call it? A penalty tax on unproductive cartoonists, because there is no point in using anything besides fresh ink. The stuff evaporates. The water evaporates out of the ink, and what you end up then with is not India ink, but some sort of weird black jello. And you cannot ink effectively with black jello. Take my word on this. There are two completely different things at stake. Ink that you can ink with, and black jello. Black jello is way over here, and your ink will turn into black jello in very, very short order. Like within a month and a half. Once you break the seal on the ink and you've used it, again, do not lie to yourself. Oh, I was just inking the other day or the other week. If you're somebody who lies to themselves, when you get your new bottle of ink and you've opened it up and you've taken the ink out and you've broken the little foam seal that they've got styrofoam seal that they've got across the mouth, and you have actually done some inking, take a little strip of adhesive tape and put it on the bottle saying when you opened it. If you come back to ink and you look at that and you go, oh, that was just the other week, and you look at it and it was 8 months ago, it was 8 months ago. The ink is now no longer ink, it's black jello. Throw it away, buy yourself a new bottle of ink. I almost didn't do that for myself. I'm going like, Dave, you know better than that. The ink is dead. Get Rolly to go and pick up a fresh bottle of Speedball Super Black at the art store, because you're going to be inking. So, like I said, that's the most important thing I had to tell you this week is ink, not black jello. Now, let's take a look at some of the inking that I did on the green Dante, green Virgil cover. The original logo from Heritage Auctions catalog for Green Lantern, Green Arrow, number 76. The first one with the Gil Kane Green Lantern in the logo. Stop, this is the new Green Lantern co-starring Green Arrow. And I thought, yeah, there's got to be something I can do with that. This is what I was talking about. It's primarily for the brush inking that you want the ink to be thin enough to be called ink instead of black jello. And It also works better with the pens, but it will work okay with the pens, but you don't want to have ink that's okay for pens, but not okay for brushes. And you can see here's just about as much as brush inking as I did on the logo, the Cerebus logo, and I wanted fresh ink for that. There's just no way that I would be able to get those brush lines without fresh ink. And the punchline is, stop gluing train lanterns to Cerebus's butt. Just one of those, that's all I can stand, I can't stand no more. Stop gluing train lanterns to Cerebus's butt. And next week, it's on to inking green Dante and green Virgil and Cerebus, the Twitter junkie. And it's the last Friday of the month. And you know what that means. We're going to all have our fingers crossed that Super Cerebus Annual #1 is in stores on Wednesday. Hit it, Sean.
On the last Wednesday of every month, the new Cerebus in hell #1.
And special thanks to the Super Cerebus Annual Dancing Trio. They've been practicing for weeks, literally weeks. So thank you very much. We hope you are in the stores on Wednesday. And hope to see a bunch of you next week for the April 26th weekly update.